Nebraska at Purdue. Purdue, which has been the surprise, Nebraska, which has been the disappointment.
A surprise.
Well, yeah, and also a surprise. Coach Mickey Joseph there, Coach Joseph, I guess I should call him, is 2-1 on the season. For picking up the team in the middle there, he's not doing too bad. He's doing a lot better than Frost was doing, that's for sure. They've got a tough schedule coming up, and I actually think they'll, with Joseph as coach, I think they'll give those other teams a run for their money. But ultimately, I don't think it'll be enough. I think Iowa looks winnable, probably their only winnable game left, and I don't think they'll make the Athlon prediction. Last year, they went 1-8 in the Big Ten and 3-9 overall. They are currently 2-1 in the Big Ten, 3-3 overall. Athlon said that they would get to 4-5 in the Big Ten and 6-6 overall. So they've got to win 3 more games, at least. And I don't think they will. I think they end up 3-6 in the Big Ten, 4-8 overall. What do you got?
I mean, it's just crazy. Nebraska, this was supposed to be their year. I mean, it was, and I think it's not. What did they go last year? You've got 3-9 overall. I mean, there's no improvement whatsoever.
Right.
So I don't have them winning another game either. And the reason is this. So beating Rutgers was actually a bit of a surprise. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought Rutgers was going to do better than that. But Nebraska still had to come back. And honestly, just looking at who they have the rest of the season, I don't see a single likely win anywhere on the schedule. Okay, so I'm not saying that they're not winnable. Like if Nebraska's offense plays the way it did against, didn't they had a good game just recently? I think I can't remember who it was against. Not Rutgers, but they had one. Not Rutgers, but I think it was 2 weeks ago or something like that. They actually played someone rather well. Indiana. They beat Indiana 35-21, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if they played a game like that, then sure, Iowa might be winnable. Wisconsin even might be winnable. Purdue's not winnable because Purdue has a competent offense, and same can be said with Illinois and Minnesota. There's turnovers to be said, whatever. The problem is I don't think that's going to happen because they're just too gone at this point. There's too much transition. There's not enough consistency there. They're also a bit turnover prone. And also they have to go to Michigan and to Iowa and to Purdue.
Right.
So maybe they squeak a win out of one of these games that they have left. It's not going to be any of those 3. And I guess if I had to pick, it would probably be, I don't know, maybe Illinois, but that would be an upset for sure. But anyway, so I don't have the season ending well for them.
No. Purdue on the other side, Brahms Boilermakers there are really, they're functioning at cruising speed now. They're doing really well. They're good. They're tough. They tripped up with Minnesota, they tripped up Minnesota. But they have a workable schedule ahead of them. The last game against Indiana might be a toss-up, but ultimately I think Purdue makes the Athlon prediction. So last year, Purdue did reasonably well. They went 6-3 in the Big Ten, 9-4 overall. That's a respectable season. Currently, they are 2-1 in the Big Ten and 4-2 overall. The Athlon prediction is 6-3 in the Big Ten, 8-4 overall. So not as good as last year, unless of course they get their bowl game and win it. Then they could beat that prediction. I've got them winning 4 more games. I think they can take Nebraska, Iowa, Northwestern, and Indiana. I think they're going to be tough games, but I think they can do it. So I think they finish 6-3 in the Big Ten, 8-4 overall with a bowl game. I don't want to speculate on the bowl game. What do you got?
I think they're going to beat everyone on their schedule except for Illinois.
Okay.
Because Illinois is the only other team in the West right now that really thinks they have a firm a very clear path to the title game, and they absolutely do. I mean, Nebraska technically is still in it, mathematically speaking, but they're not going anywhere. Minnesota, though, is an interesting one because if Purdue can trip them up, especially playing well on defense, then anybody can trip them up as long as they play well on defense. So that's an interesting thing there. In terms of like, okay, so where was I? I already said all of this. I'm sorry. I'm losing track of my notes here. When Purdue whoops. Yeah, we're talking about Purdue. Goodness gracious. I'm sorry. Holy crap. I just bugged out there for a second. I was like ad-libbing there for a minute because I was like, yeah, I wanted to talk about this with Purdue. And then I tried to switch back to my notes and I thought for a second that I wrote down something completely different. I'm like, wait a minute, did I try saying something else? But I basically said everything that I wanted to say. So every game on their schedule right now is completely winnable. I just think that Illinois is going to want the game a little bit more than them because first off, the game's at Illinois. So Illinois is going to have home field advantage. Illinois has the clear path to the Big Ten title game. And I think Purdue is not going to be as strong as as Illinois will be at that point. That said, I think it's hilarious that the Big Ten West comes down to either Illinois and Purdue. I mean, obviously Minnesota is still right there, but Illinois is the one that's ranked and Purdue is the one that's been surprisingly good this year. And Purdue's the one that beat Minnesota. So they've got the head-to-head there too. It's just interesting. It's really funny that we're not talking about Wisconsin and Iowa right now because
I know
those were they were the favorites. Anyway, sorry I rambled.
That's all right. Yeah, Wisconsin and Iowa are the powerhouses over there. At least they used to be.
Yeah.
So the team rivalry score predictor has a pretty lopsided. This is awfully lopsided. I've got Nebraska 9, Purdue 52.
Ooh.
I think that's
Heyo.
I think that's pretty out of whack, but data in, data out.
Sure. I want to see that code. I'm curious what that code looks like that you got going over there. I feel like you're just going on one of those random number generators. Yeah, I actually think this one's going to be a bit closer just because I think Nebraska might be able to take advantage of some mistakes that Purdue makes. But that said, I still got the angry train engineers 34-28. Hopefully that makes up for that travesty of an analysis that I went through, but whatever.
Get the train back on the tracks.
Literally.
That's going to do it for this week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. I hope you appreciated our ramblings and our opinions there. If you have a different guess on any of these games, a different of opinion, please leave it in the comments. We love to hear from you guys. I hope everybody has fun watching football this weekend. Mac, take us out.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the notification bell. This is Team Rivalry.